Welcome, welcome. Hi, everybody. It's so nice to be here. And even though we can't see you, we know you're here and we appreciate you being here. So tonight we're going to talk pants. So this is the PoM, the September pattern of the month, which is 3011 Nanette's. It's Nanette's yoga pant, but I couldn't remember if we did pieces. Like there's 5 pieces to this pant. I love this pant. Oh my gosh. Although I realized that I say that about all the patterns, so I'll quit saying that because it's really could be annoying. But I do really like this pattern. But you guys know I have to like really like it or else I don't want to do it as a pattern. And I saw a top, oh, well, nope, can't do that. Okay, anyway. In 2 weeks from now, we're going to have our fall forecast and our new patterns are going to be here. And I'm really excited about that. But like fall kind of creeps into this one too, just an FYI. You know, so some of the suggestions that I'm doing are really because of what's in for fall. Because if you're going to make new pants, you might as well look current, right? So that's the good news. All right, so 3011 is a yoga pant. It is a fabric that has to have stretch in one direction. It can have stretch in both directions. Whenever a fabric has stretch in both directions, you need to watch your sizing because most likely you can creep down and make it smaller. You used to always say a size, but I think that's a little misleading because you guys literally take me that you can go down one size and then you email me and tell me that they're too tight. So just go down in circumference when a fabric has stretch in both directions versus the fabric only having stretch in one direction. So what I did is I did 3011 and I'd already done my fitting. This fits exactly like the yoga pant, 3400. So if you've made the yoga pant, then voila, don't worry about fitting this one, just make it up. But I will tell you that I've fit this pants on so many women that even the bad is going to be really good on you. You'd be really, really surprised if you're listening out there and you've never tried a silhouette pattern. This is your moment. They fit terrific. You will love them. And like I said, I have had women wear them to class and they come in, they say, oh, I love these pants. They're like my favorites. And then I tweak them and make them better. But then they take the tweaks and they change them on the pattern, but then they still wear them because they love them before they walked into the class, so that's good. And it's better than anything they could find at the stores, so that's also good. All right, so yoga pants, you guys know what you're supposed to do with yoga pants. You're supposed to do yoga. Doesn't mean you have to. If you make a pair of yoga pants, you don't have to go to yoga. So just an FYI. Okay, so first pair, I'm even gonna suggest fabric for you. Is that a deal? 1636. It's a black Pontoroma. It's a Pontoroma, but get this. It's 100% cotton Pontoroma. Like I know, like where is that on the planet? It's on our site, 1636. It's a cotton Pontoroma. I made them up. I have them on. They really do feel like pajamas. They're so comfortable. They're really, really comfortable. You will love them. All right, so that's my first suggestion. What it will do is it will get you to learn the pattern. It could almost really be your muslin because as long as you're in the right circumference, as long as you don't make them too small, you're going to be okay. Remember, you can always go down. You can't go back up. All right, so then what I did is I wanted to make some other styles according to kind of what's out there, etc., etc., etc. But before I even show you that, I want to show you one picture that I found. Picture number 1. If you'll look at this picture, this is kind of fun. I wanted to show it to you because it's what's popular out there. I'm just going to tell you that I don't think I would do this with, I'm a real boring person, but I don't think I want the back half of me one color and the front half of me another color. But it's certainly out there. But when you do look at this, notice the bottom circumference because that's about a 24-inch circumference. And the pant that I have on is about an 18-inch. So you're going to have to go, quite a bit wider, divide it up into the seams so that you can equally divide that all the way around the pants. All right, good looking pant. Just, You got to kind of want it. It's up to you. All right, so then what I did is I saw, well, nope. We're going to just take that one away for a second. One of the colors that's very stylish for fall is olive green. And olive green, the fall colors are actually all really popular for fall. So, and there's some bright tones, don't get me wrong, but these fall colors. So olive green is one of them. And I absolutely love olive green. And olive green absolutely hates me. Just, it's not a color I can wear, but I love the color. So, and I really, really liked it for a long, long time. So what I did is I took this beautiful olive green that we have. This is fabric number 1935. And I made this pair of pants. Because olive green is beautiful on the bottom, I piped this with a black leather piping. And then, of course, it led to black tops. And I love black tops. And a lot of times I will make a black top and then I don't really have anything to wear it with other than like jeans. But I really like black tops. I'm going to show you some that'll make great combinations. So I actually didn't make pants. I made outfits. That was my thinking. I made outfits. So I forgot to tell you the one I have on. I'll come back to that. That was my whole entire thinking. So also I want to talk about this piping for a little bit because we have been taught, most of us have been, that when we put piping, and I just absolutely love these pants. They're this so rich looking. They're just, I know you can't really see them on TV, but they're just really, really beautiful. Anyway, I went to my lady who is a factory here in Dallas. She does a lot of design work. I mean, they're a factory. They do anyway, it doesn't matter. And she's always got great tips on how to put something together. And I've used piping many, many times, and I think I know how to do piping, and I think a lot of us do it. We use our zipper foot, and we, put it on one side, and then we turn it over and put it on the other side and stitch on the same line. She suggested not doing that, and the reason why is because many times piping affects the fabric. In other words, it pulls it up, but you don't know it. And so if you sew the piping on and then go to put the next piece onto it, then the piping has pulled up the piece you sewed it on or stretched it, one of those two, and then it doesn't fit the piece that it's supposed to. I thought that was a really good point because I started thinking, and that's happened to me. I really hadn't thought of it as a problem because I would undo the piping and I'd do it again and So what she suggested is that when you sew these two pieces together, do it all at one time. Put the piping in and sew the two pieces together at one time. And y'all know that I don't think I ever tell anybody to pin, but she suggested pinning. And she said even when we are doing piping, it's upcharged, so there's a higher charge when they're inserting piping, and that they do pin because it's just really difficult to do it correctly one time through, no matter how good of a seamstress you are, without the pinning. Especially when you're doing curves, just an FYI, because those curves have to be in the right place in order for the pant to lay right, otherwise they go askew. So that's my tip, is to put them in and sew it all at the same time. Don't do it in a two-step process. And that's how I did it. And it really is beautiful and it was very easy. I went back then and I top stitched, obviously on the side where the seam allowance went to, in this place, not the inside but the outside. And then I just love the pants. I just absolutely love them. I already worn them, showcased them. That black piping, like I said, it's just really, really rich. Leather is one of the strongest trends for fall, and you're seeing it in everything, all kinds of trims and just all kinds of stuff. We don't have the leather piping. We have the leather 2-inch strip. You could make your own piping if you wanted to, or if you want leather impact is a great place to go to find leather piping. They sell it just by the yard. I don't know how much it is, but they sell it by the yard. All right, so I didn't make any changes to the pattern. I just put the piping in, and that led me to tops that were solid black, and it's great combinations to do it that way. All right, so this is pattern number 215. It's the same one I've got on. It's called Nikki's Top. I did that in a black. Another option of something to wear with that would be 95. And when we did a little pack a little fall fun pack is what we called it. And we put 3 patterns together, and they're all tops that go well with the pattern of the month. So I'll get to all of them here in a minute. This is $95, and this is great. Just worn open again. I put a black tank underneath because what you want is that olive green on the bottom and then just a solid black on top. This is 116. This was our pattern of the month a couple months ago. And then out of that beautiful black terry, that gorgeous black terry, and that black terry is 1768. That French terry, it's beautiful. The softness makes a really gorgeous combination with the yoga pant. It's just really, really pretty. Very pretty. All right, sorry, I've got some questions I probably should address. Piping with genuine leather or the faux? I don't know that there is faux. Mine is leather, but you don't have to use leather. You could use any black piping, would be beautiful. It's just the contrast of the olive green and the black, and then duplicating the black up top. That's really, and also that piping, if you notice, and if you look at them, and you know, obviously I don't have them on, but it's a really long, lean look. It really gives some height to the pant. And so it's just a great look. And it doesn't have to be leather. You know, it can be any black. But I do want to mention just something for a little bit. So there's been, in the fashion world, lots of articles. I don't know if you guys read them or keep up with them, but I do. W Magazine, many publications have talked about faux fur and real fur, and many of the design houses have always done real fur. Stella McCartney was one that used faux fur. There's about 3 others who followed suit this year, who are now using faux fur. There are many who resist it and say, we're going to use real fur, we're not going to go into the faux. It's really interesting how the diversity is there. But what I find fascinating is that real leather is being used by the same companies who are using faux fur. So I think that's just confusing to me. But again, I don't advocate one another. Do whatever is comfortable for you. I do want to say, though, just kind of keep in mind to respect those who have different opinions. You know, we all get to do what we want to do. Okay, when you say popular, as in popular color, do you mean what consumers are buying or what manufacturers are trying to sell? Well, consumers are actually buying what manufacturers put out there. So there's actually a very fine line between the difference. When you have X number of retailers and they're all putting, manufacturers, and they're all putting out something very similar, you know, I'm going to use the cold shoulder. That's a very good example of manufacturers put it out there and everybody bought it. It seemed like, even if you liked it or not, it seems like everybody today is walking around with a shirt on that has the shoulder cut out. So be careful of that. You know, it's kind of the cart and the horse, which is first. Manufacturers have a tendency to dictate what you'll buy, even though you may not. I mean, one individual may not, but for the most part, it is out there and it is being purchased because women want to feel current and what's in fashion. And the designers are saying, hey, this is in fashion. We're recommending this. I'll get to this in a minute, but plaids. Plaids are huge. Checks, all of that stuff is just, I mean, you know, tops and bottoms, whole entire outfits of plaids. But that's not for this week. Okay, does the washing fabric in Coke work for all fabric types or just natural fibers? I don't know, but I think all fibers. I would say all. Because I have washed polyesters that I feel they've made a difference. But I'm not certain of that. I know it makes an impact on denim, but I don't know as much about other fabrics. How did you do the piping? Is there actually a piece of rope like inside the piping? Yes. Yeah, piping is a covering of the rope-like cording. Okay, cording is without an edge on it, and piping is with, well, I don't think that's true. But anyway, yeah, piping is got a little flange on it so you can put it into the seam. And what's inside there is it's wrapped around like a cord. And there's different sizes. This is small. This is probably 1/4 inch. It's very little. Please know that the skirt $28.50 when clicked on the website shows $27.50. Is $28.50 still available? $28.50 is available. We'll get that fixed. If you, for now, you can go to the products list. If you click on my cart, the little icon cart, it will pull up a page that says search, product list. You know, it brings up several little words there to the left. If you click on product list, $28.50 will be on that list, and you can always order anything you want that way. If somehow the site's not working or it's not getting you where you want to go, we'll fix this. But just know that you can always go to the product list and add anything by that product list. Okay, there's also a search function there that I think a lot of you don't know about. I get those questions all the time. Does using leather in your garment change the way it needs to be laundered? It doesn't for me, because leather piping can be washed, and you know, I know that it does for manufacturers, because when they put leather of any kind, they put dry clean only. It's simply as a safeguard for them to protect themselves. Leather is washable. Piping especially is washable. As long as your fashion fabric is washable, then, and you wash that ahead of time, then you're good to go. Okay. Can you talk about the 2-day seminar, what's included and what do we have to bring? Can you email me separately? Of course, I always want to talk about the workshops. I think that many women have been in workshops. I think it's your best experience in those workshops. But if you'll just email me privately, I'm happy to answer that. Okay? All right, so let's talk now about, we talked about the blacks, the pant. So now what I did is I changed up, and if we can look at picture number 2, I want you to see where I kind of got my inspiration. I'm looking all over for different kinds of yoga pants and different things to do, and so this is what I saw. And whenever we see like a nautical look like this, the navy and the white, or you know, it connotates a little more casual, maybe because she has tennis shoes on, I don't know. But what I decided to do was to use this pant, and this is kind of where I got the idea. All right, so if we're going to go into now, well, let me show you the pant. I guess I can do that. We're going to go into this pant right here. It's kind of this beautiful charcoal gray. This fabric, I just put it up today, 1949. It's a rag and bone. I've got a lot of fabrics. I don't know if you guys know the designer Rag & Bone. They've got some beautiful fabrics, and a lot of what I bought is actually fall 2018. They've already cut and shipped all of the goods, and so I got this fabric really, really quick. So this has got some beautiful fall trends in it. So I just kind of want to touch base on it. All right, so let's answer these questions. What top do you have on? Thank you. This is $2.15. This is Nikki's top, and this is done out of the tie-dye, $12.94, the tie-dye that I put up. You know, the tie-dye, when I originally put up, because I was told by the manufacturer it's an ITY, and I thought, okay, it's an ITY. It's a Donna Karan, it's a DKNY. So I put it up. I think it's a DKNY. Anyway, I put it up, and I just put ITY because that's what he told me it was. And then I sewed it. I made this top a couple days ago, and I'm sewing on it. I'm thinking, this is not an ITY. I'm cutting it out. So I went and burned it. It's a rayon. It's 100% rayon, and it's really nice. I love it. I love it on. I love how it feels. It was wonderful to sew with. It was just really nice. And so what we've got is the coordinating top to it, with the pink, the coordinating pink, and so I made 196 out of it, just as a little over, and I used the stretch lace, and then I used a little row of crystals, so I had all kinds of fun. I went shopping, and I found Nick and Zoe had lace down the front of their cardi, so I already copied the cardi from them. I decided, why not copy the lace too? This is the one, the 4-way cardi that you can kind of, this can go this side and this can go this side, and you can wear it closed. I'm just wearing it, or you can also, you know, tie it in the front if you want to do that. Anyway, lots of different ways to wear it. So I've just got it open. All right, so does that answer those questions? What pattern number is the olive green pants? That's the pattern of the month, 3011. Nanette's yoga pant, 3011. This is 3011 too. All the pants are 3011. I just got that pattern. I got stuck in my head and I just kept cutting it out and kept sewing it. No, I wanted to show you that it's just a really fun pattern, and it's, you know, $9.99. And what I mean, I love the back. I love all of it. It's got a seam down the back. Anyway, all right, so I want to show you, you saw where I got the inspiration. This is that kind of, I don't know, it's kind of like a, it reminds me of like a jogging pant. So I'm going to show you how to do it, and then I'll show you how I did it with this one. You can see that there's buttons all the way down the side of this, and then I left it open here down at the side. And the reason I did this was because I thought this would be really cute for fall with a pair of boots underneath. So I'm thinking in my head, I'm making again the whole outfit, and I've got black boots on underneath, and then you can control how far you want it open. Mine is about the knee, but I've got those boots that come up over my knee, so I think this is going to be adorable. I just think it's going to be really cute. All right, so let me show you what we did. It's very easy to do the pattern. We've got the pattern pieces up here for you. And, okay, so piece number 1, you're not going to do anything to. No changes. Piece number 5, no changes. Piece number 3, no changes. So 2 and 4, 2 is the front and 4 is the back. The front side is 2 and 4 is the back side. So here's the goal. The goal is to, you know, the first time you make this up, like, you know, the reason I did the black pair, and I mean, I already knew the pattern, obviously I made the pattern, but really is to become acquainted with the pattern. So this pant is lower in the front than it is in the back. I just really like that. I know you'll like it. It's the same as the yoga pant. So what I want you to notice is this side of 2 and this side of 4 are what sews together. So if you're doing, and also just FYI, when you come down, if they're sewn together on the regular pant, when you think about where am I going to put the buttons, you don't want to come to the back of that seam. You'd want to come to the front of the seam. Okay? All right, so what that means is right here, you're going to go out 1.5 inches, and you're going to come down 1.5 inches all the way down. And I know y'all know that that's 1.5 inches. It's the same amount. It looks like a ski slope or something. But anyway, come out 1.5 inches and come all the way down. Then on this piece that it's going to sew to, you're going to come out here 1.5 inches, and you're going to go all the way down. Also, be very careful when you're laying out your fabric. Both of those pieces, you can put them next to each other. You're going to need 3 inches between them so that you can add 1.5 inches to each piece. And again, notice on this piece, this is the back piece, this section that you're adding to is lower than that. The higher portion, it goes to the back. The lower portion comes toward the front. So on piece number 2, you are going to flip that piece back. And when you flip it towards the front, you're not only going to flip the 1.5 inches, you're going to include the seam allowance, which is 3/8. Otherwise, you'll make the pant bigger, and when you sew in this section, it won't sew well to it. So, this is my pattern back here. I guess we're okay. So you're going to add the 1.5 inches plus the 3/8. So 1.5 and 3/8 is 1 7/8, and you're going to flip that, you're going to fold it and flip it forward. Then the back piece, I just serged all the way down. When I flipped it forward, I actually top stitched it in place. So top stitch it all the way down. Then the back piece, you let it stay forward because that becomes, you know, like a buttonhole placket. That becomes the back side. One side goes under, one flips, and then they have this nice overlay. You've got this beautiful overlay. And that overlay is like almost 2 inches wide. So that's why the 1.5 inches plus the seam allowance will give you 1 7/8, almost 2 inches, but one's going forward and one's lapping under, so you have this nice overlay. Just be sure when you lap them, when you go to stitch the band on, that you've taken away added and taken away the same amount so that it obviously lays like it should. And then I just put buttonholes on one side, and you could go all the way down. I didn't go all the way down. I just kept the buttons, you know, the buttons are new. We've got those on their side. I love the buttons. They're flat. They're not too heavy. They're just really nice. And they're just plastic, but they're pretty. They've got like a shiny outside and a matte in the middle. So they're just really nice. That nice contrast. All right, easy enough. Love the way these pants fit. But see, you've made your base, you've tweaked it, you've got it all right, and now you're ready to go onto this fabric. And it's so soft, I'm telling you. It's really nice. All right. So what I did is I made a little outfit with this as well. So I'm going to push this back because this is gray. And again, grays are great. And I did 1825. 1825 is Zoanne's jacket, Zoanne's cape. It's no shoulder pad, no lining, just a real casual fabric that's double-sided is what it's meant to be, and it laps. It's double-breasted up here and opens up to where it's less than double-breasted at the bottom. Because plaids are really stylish, all of that is really stylish, I used a fabric that's reversible. Love this fabric. This is 1860. It's a Rebecca Taylor. It's a window pane. It's 100% cotton. Just these fabrics are just incredible. I'm just really excited about all of our fabrics. I decided to make it into a vest so that I could be layered, and I like the layering. I like the look. Vests are very stylish for fall. I don't know why that transition goes around. A couple years ago, you couldn't, well, it's been more than that. You couldn't even find a vest anywhere, but they've just really gotten stylish. So one button here, I did the button. That's our little silver button. It's metal. It's very pretty. And then I put a hook, I put a snap underneath so that you just sew the button in place and then the snap goes underneath. And this is just really easy and very quick to do. I left this open. It's just a serged edge. When I laid it out, you can see it all matches at the side, because just take your underarm seam and just put them at the same place wherever they are. And that's as easy it is to match it, and so it matches all the way around. You can see going into this side. It just comes all the way around and just looks really beautiful. Okay? I put two little darts in the back. That's actually not on the pattern. If you want them a little more fitted, you can just put those two darts into play. And I love this thing on. It's just incredibly easy and incredibly cute. So this is the navy, and it's got the gray, it's got the beige in here, it's got all these great colors that go well with this, because this has got a black button you can also bring in. So you're bringing, we've got 3 pairs of pants, and I made 4 tops, but all of them mix and match to where you can wear any of them with any of them. And so I just really like the whole concept. This one I did because all of this was olive green and charcoal gray and darker, and the little pink I thought would be like a little pop of color when I wanted the color. So the goal was, again, was to make up several pieces and then really be able to mix and match them. And keep in mind, I'm close to my 25, so I had to stop. Could you explain how to reestablish the grain line on pants after any darts have been taken to tweak the fit? Well, the top of the pant is never on grain. If you took your original pattern of whatever pattern you're working with, and you saw the grain line, the whole entire top of the pant is off grain. So any tweaks you're doing are above the crotch line anyway, so you're not even affecting the grain. You don't even have to worry about grain when you're doing pants. I know a lot of us do, but it's really just not knowing and not understanding that all of those fixes don't affect the grain. They're not in the leg, they're in the upper portion so that the leg will hang correctly. All of those tweaks are meant to control the pattern so that when it gets on the body, it hangs like it's supposed to, so the grain line can hang straight. Okay, so really don't worry about it because the grain's not affected. All right, any other questions? Are we good on that? We're good? Okay. All right, we're in good shape. So the plaid, very easy to do. The pant, you guys got that? So that means if we end early, you guys could have a pair of pants made up by the time 9 o'clock hits. 20 minutes. No, I was actually playing around and kind of keeping in mind how long things took me. So the first pair of pants they made, the basic black, no changes, everything, it took me about an hour and a half. Time to finish, time to started. And you guys keep in mind that I've tweaked my pattern. So I make the whole entire pant up and then I put it on. And that's kind of fun. It's almost like ready to wear. I did that with my shirt too. Like I made the whole entire shirt and then I put it on. It's like shopping. The only thing you don't have to do is you don't have to cut off the price tag. It's an awesome concept. But anyway, the second pair that I made with the piping, it took me like 30 minutes longer. Just because I was pinning and I was really being careful. I didn't want to mess it up. I didn't want to take it undone. So doing in the piping and all that took me about 30 minutes more. So that took me a couple hours. Then when we got to the gray, that took me like a whole nother hour, just to give you some kind of time frame. So I was at 1.5, I was at 2. The gray with the little panel and the folding and just making sure that was all right, that took me about 3 hours. It doesn't seem like it should have. Like when I look at that, I think, how could it take me that long? But it did. Maybe because I don't know. I was watching a really good movie or something. I don't know. Is your pink tie-dye top sleeveless? No, it's got a little cap on it. I did a little cap sleeve. That way I can wear it by itself. But what I did is I didn't hem the cap. I just left it plain so that if I was wearing it underneath this little cardi, you don't see a big thick hem. That was my thinking. The knit is great. It doesn't have to be a rayon woolen knit. Any knit doesn't need to be hemmed. So I did a little cap sleeve and then I just didn't hem it. So if I put it under something, it's like having no sleeve at all. Is pattern 196 based on the 195 block? Yes, it is. Hi, Peggy. Hi. Can you please define what you mean by a yoga pant? Here in New Zealand, it would be what we wear to yoga. But your lovely gray pants look too dressy for that. Hey, Christine in New Zealand. Like, isn't it morning over there? Guys, you guys must have gotten up very early. So yoga pants, by definition, are a knit pant, a knit pull-on pant. They are generally classified with a 2-inch wide waistband, and they are worn to yoga. However, the leg doesn't have to be narrow. It can be wider. In fact, the original yoga pants, they were wider. And now we've changed and made them closer. And of course, everything's getting closer and closer to the body. I don't know how we can get clothes to be any tighter, but I'm sure somebody will figure it out. But as we get closer and closer to the body, we've taken the leg and gone smaller and smaller. I like both. This particular pant, like I said, it's about 18 inches at the bottom, maybe not that full, maybe 17, 18. And so these doesn't mean you can't take that same pattern and make them up, as you can see, with fabric. This is a pull-on pant, but I've taken nice fabric and gone to black tie events in yoga pants because they fit beautifully. The fabric is gorgeous, and why not? Yoga pants have a tendency to be cotton or, fabrics that are a little more casual. Spandex has gotten popular for yoga pants. Personally, for me, I hate spandex. In exercise pants, I'd much rather have cotton, even though cotton, these are some I made. Cotton doesn't last as long. Cotton has a tendency to fade much quicker. That's the negatives of cotton, but I love the feel of cotton. These pantalon, these black ones that I made are cotton, but they're just really pretty as well. So keep in mind that whenever you have a pattern, the different fabrications of that pattern, meaning the different fabrics you use, can take it from very casual to black tie. The same exact pattern. The pattern does not connotate or dictate how dressy the garment will be. It's the fabric that you take and pair with the pattern that indicates where it's appropriately worn to. So even in the US, it's like this worldwide, yoga pants are pretty casual, but they also can be stepped up, and you'll see designers making yoga pants that are very, very pricey because they're beautiful fabrics. Okay? The top you're wearing, did you serge and turn under? Did you serge and turn under and top stitch the neckline? No, this is done, if you follow the pattern, this neckline is actually done on a fold. So there's nothing to finish here on the neckline. It's done during the construction of the blouse. Okay? The whole blouse is completely different than anything else we do. Would you please tell us again the number of the black fabric? 1636 is the black Pontoroma. It's a cotton. It's all cotton. And I burned it like 4 times because I thought, how often do you see cotton Pontoroma? It's just so rare. And so I burned it, but you can tell. I mean, you can tell with it on. I think polyester has done an incredible job of imitating natural fibers. But these are amazing. They really feel good. Just sorry about that. They feel really good. Polyester is doing great, but I don't know if it's doing this good. All right, anything else we can help you with? You got 20 minutes. You guys can go make a pair of yoga pants. Because in 2 weeks, we're going to come back. The one thing I want to say, though, is if you just are making and getting ready for fall, make a jean jacket. Like, a great topper for all of these pants is a jean jacket. And I know jean jackets have many times, we've made them out of leather. We've made them out of all kinds of different fabrics. But jean jackets out of denim, out of blue, dark blue denim, they're just all over the place. They're very, very popular. And yes, people are buying them. And yes, people are wearing them. And you know, they have a ton and the more you wear it, the more beat up it gets. And like, treat it bad, throw it on the ground, stomp on it, do whatever, because they are kind of beat up a little bit. And we did a webcast one time where we sanded it and we did all kinds of crazy things to this fabric. But they make that jean jacket out of denim makes a great companion to all of these. So with the olive pants, if you had like a little black t-shirt and then a jean jacket over it, great, just a great look. So many times when I do a pant, I get a response of what do I wear with it? And so that's really why I wanted to do tops, and not just tops, but I mean bottoms, but just great tops that you can pair with it. All right? All right. So do you want to talk or do you want to say goodnight? What is the fabric hand for the cotton Pontoroma? What's the hand? I mean, it's like a Pontoroma. I think that's the best. That's the reason I said that is most of you have some experience with a Pontoroma. Pontoromas to me kind of remind me of the old double knit we had in the 70s, if you're old enough to remember those. Except they're better. They're way better, but that's kind of what they remind me of a little bit. I need a knit pant fabric that doesn't attract pet fur. I don't think any fabric doesn't attract pet fur. I think that's the nature of pets. They just jump on us and they leave all their fur on us and then they go on their way. You know, I can't. I don't have a pet, so I can't tell you whether it does or not. I can't. What is the number of the gray pant fabric? That is number 1949. It's brand new. It's got the button, and right next to the button is the new fabric, 1949. We just put it up. It's brand new up today. What pattern would you recommend for a jean jacket in the fall? I would do pattern number 900. It's called jean jacket. It's called Carol's jacket. I'm sorry. 900 or 914. 914 is called Tina's asymmetrical jacket. Both of those are home runs. You know, it's last fall it was the bomber jacket. Bomber jackets are still really in. You can still easily make a denim bomber jacket, but boy, the jean jacket has really kind of edged out the bomber jacket a little bit. Okay. The back of the pattern says some stretch is wanted, 2 inches below natural waist. Could you explain? Yeah. Some stretch is wanted in the fabric. That means you can't do it out of a woven, because if you make it out of a woven, you won't be able to get the waist over the hips. When it says some stretch, it means that according to how much stretch you have, you'll make a different size. So if you have a fabric that has a little bit of stretch, you'll make a size closer to your hips. Whereas if you have a stretch in both directions, you can reduce your circumference a little bit. And then the yoga pant doesn't go to your waist. And that's a good thing. It sits below your waistline. Now, we've long debated this with women in classes. I find this funny every single time it comes up. that some women just want to wear their pants up to their bust. And I just, to tell you all, that's not your best look. But it's your dressing and your body, and you get to do what you want to do. So if you want to wear pants up below your bust, you get to do that. I'm going to say the lower they go, the taller you look, and they look better. So, you know, waist is defined as the smallest part of your body, and these are meant to go below your waist. They're meant to sit at the, really at the top of your hip. Okay? All right, will you make more patterns for men? Maybe. Maybe. Women's clothing just excites me so much more than men's. So I have to like force myself to make a men's. But I actually have a couple that I want to do. I just haven't done them yet. I actually want to do a men's yoga pant. Anyway, but yeah, you know, like I said, time is a tough thing. Would scuba fabric work with this pattern? Yes. That scuba fabric, well, we have the Lululemon fabric. I think it's 717 maybe. That Lululemon fabric is beautiful with this pant. It's really, really nice with this pant. Will you announce the fall patterns next time? Yes, the fall patterns, yes. Yes, we'll have all the fall patterns. We'll have all the fall trends. That's in 2 weeks. What is the dress or skirt under the plaid vest? That's just the one. We just had it on the mannequin, so I didn't change it. It's 2112. It's Stella's pleated skirt, and it's just pleated with lace at the bottom. You know, it's funny because it's just as much in style now as it was, you know, when we first did it a year ago. The trends, lace has gotten stronger. Anyway. Peggy, should the jacket be contemporary jean jacket, or will a short jacket work? The jean jacket is a short jacket, so I'm not sure I'm understanding that question. The jean jacket is a short jacket. It should not be lengthened. It should be just below the waist. It is meant to be a short jacket, and it's cute. That's why it works so well with these yoga pants. It's just a great look. The flare leg is strong for fall, so I don't know that I would taper this leg. I mean, they're both. The straight leg is popular, the flare leg is popular. But we started to see a little bit of the flare in the spring, and it's really continuing through the fall. And it's selling. If you notice, well, I travel, so I notice women in airports all the time. They're wearing flared legs. So, you know, like I said earlier, there's a really fine line between what they want us to wear and what we are buying. And it, you know, when you look at the percents of women who sew, it's a small percent. The rest of them are subject to what's being put out there, and they buy it. Okay. If entering a fabric number on the search cart page, can you get back to the page with the full description and picture? No, but we're working on that. We're working on that. We're working on it. We've got these great minds seeing if it can't be done. We keep testing. Anyway, I guess that doesn't matter. What is scuba fabric? Scuba fabric is I don't have any now. We've had it, and it's done really well, and it's still out there. Scuba fabric, I mean, obviously it's called scuba fabric because if you scuba dive, which I do, it's exactly the neoprene. It's what they make the scuba gear outfits out of, except that they've taken it and they've made it pink or yellow or floral or, you know, all kinds of colors. And when it first came out, I remember I saw it in New York and I thought, why would anybody wear scuba fabric? But it's really gotten popular and it's really done well. And the reason people wear scuba is because it's very light. It's actually cool, believe it or not. And it's not heavy. And they have done it in some great prints. So everything we've had is sold really well. I did a little dress in it. And I'll tell you what I like about it is it does not wrinkle. It's really nice to travel because it is, it's definitely not a natural fiber. I can tell you that, but I don't know. It's kind of cute. I just did a plain little sheath. I did the knit sheath and then I did a little overlay like the little cardi, and I put the little cardi over it. And I just think it's really cute. And I think I wanted to do it because I wanted to experience kind of the difference of fabrics. I really like different fabrics and I like working in all the different mediums. Okay, anything else? Can you show us the inside of the gray pant leg opening? Sure. So there's the little flap where it comes all the way down, and then you can open it. That's where I folded it back, and then I just serged and left that. You could tuck that under if you want, but I just left it. All right, is that what you wanted? You can see on this side, it's where the 1 7/8 is turned back, and like I said, I top stitched it. And then this side, you can just see where it's cute, just cute. All right, you now know everything I know. Yay! All right, so we're going to say that we're going to see you in 2 weeks. I could update you on PBS. Can I do that? We're kind of excited. So PBS has given us dates for the 600 series. It will start to air on January 1. This is a perfect time if you guys are in an area that don't get this show, Fit to Stitch. Call those stations. I promise you, you guys, it has gotten on areas where we were not, and we're very excited. And it's because of you all. You've called and said we want the show. Even if you do get it, it wouldn't hurt to call and say we love the show. But we've gotten on in areas that we were not in. I mean, we've had a big uptick, even, you know, though it's taken a while to kind of get this going. So the 600 series will start in January. So all of those who purchase that 600 series with the pattern, we'll show you the pattern here in a little bit. We'll show you the pattern in December. We will automatically start shipping those. We can start shipping those in January 2019. I know it's a little ways away. The 700 series will start in May 2019. So that means what we're doing is we're actually preparing for the 800 series. Yay! And we're filming that probably the end of February is what we're looking at doing right now. But we're very excited. It couldn't go any better. The good news is 500, 600, 7 are going to be out there. The bad news is series 100, 200, 300, and 400 are going to be put to sleep forever. And it's simply because we went from NETA, and it's a long story, but anyway, we just can't afford to pay. You know, it literally would cost us a lot of money to take the shows and purchase them back from one part of PBS and pay to distribute them to another part of PBS. I know it's complicated, but they're just going to have to be put to bed because we can't afford to do otherwise. So the 100, 200, 300, 400, you can get that through us. We'll sell the DVDs. We own the rights, but they won't ever be on TV again. Isn't that sad? Anyway, but we still are bound by the rules. We can only post so many shows per series, so we can't even put any more shows up. But we'll make more. That's the good news. So we are really excited. That's kind of an update, so you all know. The 600 series. The 600 series is 101 Things I Learned in Design School. That will start being distributed in January. The 700 series, which is the capsule wardrobe, 9 pieces, 27 outfits, that will start being distributed in May. Isn't that exciting? We're very, very excited. Are both legs buttoned on the pant? I did both, yes. You could only do one, but I did both sides. What is the name of the gray fabric again, please? For the 3rd time, the gray fabric is 1949. Okay, 1949. Does PBS show any Fit to Stitch reruns when not running current Fit to Stitch episodes? They do. You know, every PBS station is run independently. The reason PBS does that is they believe they can connect locally to their viewer better by having a programmer who lives, you know, who's in that town. So for most PBS stations, they all have their own programmer and they all program that show whenever they want. And so, you know, you can go to the fittostitch.com and it has channel listings or TV listings. You can type in your zip code and see where where it's showing at what time, because they all do something different. So we want the stations to always have new shows. That's what we want. But sometimes they'll decide they're going to take a series, they're going to run it through, and then they're going to run it again. So that's not anything we can control. So some do reruns, some do not. We just never know. All right? Keep selling series 100, 200, 300, 500 a long time, or not anymore. We'll continue to sell them. We will continue. You won't be able to see them on TV. That's the only thing. They won't. What about the ones that are being put to bed on YouTube? No, we can't do that. We have contracted with PBS. Contract is on everything. Even the 1 through 400 series that we can only put so many on YouTube, period, ever. They won't allow it. So we have to hold by that contract. And I think we're allowed 3 per series. So that's just what we have to stay with. What was the other question? I missed that. You got it? Okay. All right. So Fit to Stitch is booming, and we're excited, and we're, yay. And it's all because of you guys, because you called or you liked it or you did something wonderful. So that's the good news. So we'll continue to fit and show you new stuff. Are you keep selling? No, we are selling the 100, 200, 300, 400. That's on our site. We are selling those series. You're just not going to see them on PBS. And you probably haven't seen them for quite some time, to be honest. It's been about a year since they expired. And so in finding out what does it take to, we were distributed, there's 2 different levels of PBS. One is NETA and one is National Education Television Association, NETA. And one is APT, American Public Television. And we are distributed through American Public Television, which is great. But we were originally distributed through NETA, and NETA has those shows. And in order to get them from NETA and send them to APT, it's a lot of money. And so we just decided that we're not going to do that. All right? Unless we get gifted some great amount of money. Okay. Where do we see the first 4 seasons on your website? Well, they're not on our website. You can go to YouTube, and they're on our YouTube silhouette patterns. They're on our YouTube. We've only got up a few of each series because that's all we can put up, but they are on our YouTube channel. You can see, if you go to silhouette patterns, you can see the different ones. Okay. All right. So we didn't get out early. It's 9 o'clock, you guys. But I appreciate all your questions. It's fun to kind of chat and say hello. An hour and a half in, you can have your pair of yoga pants done. All right, little top to match. We've got this rayon knit, this tie-dye. I love it. I just think it's too cute. And from Silhouette Patterns, happy sewing. Bye. See you in 2 weeks.